Welcome to Sandcast Different Day Podcast. I am Marcel Rowland. Sorry for being late. I was doing some I got a cat fur or something right there. Uh I was doing some setting up and I kind of was messing up some stuff. But anyways, it's kind of my fault that we didn't do a show last week. And the reason we didn't do a show last week was because of WrestleMania. And boy, it was a terrible show. I don't think that I will. As what should I say? Right as of right now, I am boycotting WWE. I'm not watching Raw, SmackDown, or anything like that until I don't know. I guess I see some changes happening. Then we just had Black Friday where they just fired a whole bunch of talent and all these other kind of things. So I'm like, I was just over it. Like the show was terrible. Like this was worse than the was it supposed to be WrestleMania 36 that was at the Performance Center. It was terrible and be able to do better with the character. Like I said, 2K, that's the 2K. TKO. TKO, the new now parent company of WWE, is ruining WWE. Like storylines don't matter, and I mean the storylines suck, and then everything's about advertisement placement. Like I said, WrestleMania had more commercials than it did wrestling. Maybe all the entrances combined was more than half the matches. Like some of the entrances was the wrestlers' entrances was longer than actual matches. So, it was terrible. Mm, it's a good drink. And like I said, for now, I'm just like I'm not going to be watching WWE for the foreseeable future. Moving along to one of my other rants, y'all. Y'all. So, um, what was it Friday at work? Friday at work. Uh, I lost the earbud, y'all. It fell down the elevator shaft, and then after work, I had went on Best Buy. What's the fact is, I had the Samsung Pro Buds 3 or something like that. So I went back to order those the same ones that I had. Like I like them, and Amazon was still trying to sell them for $240, which I think is very insane for them to be doing, for especially considering that you have a whole new line of they got the fours, the Galaxy, the Samsung earbuds 4 on they call them the Samsung Word Pro. They have those out now, and the fact that the fours are the same price as or nearly the same price as the threes, I'm like, but the threes I stuck with the threes again because I don't care what new features y'all added to the fours. The threes just look better because I like the light. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's like a light on the earbuds right there. And I like that. That's a cool little feature. I like it. So yeah, I stuck with those. But I ended up going to Best Buy, and Best Buy had them for I forgot how much it cost, but they had them for cheaper. So shout out to Best Buy on that matter. But to get into the show, so it's been some mess going on with this whole Donald Trump situation and what's been going on. So I got some clips that I'm going to play throughout the video, and we're basically going to watch and discuss. So the whole point of the title of this episode, which is Lights Camera Action, a lot of people believe that the situation with Donald Trump at the with the pew happened at the um, correspondent dinner was staged. So that's how we got the title Lights Camera Action for this episode. So I want to play some clips. And then we're going to discuss these clips. So let's get into the first clip. All right. So if you notice in that first clip, Donald Trump looks like uh a very fragile old man in that first clip. And if you paid attention to that clip, I don't know if you guys heard the gunshots. I didn't really hear the gunshots. So let's rewatch it again. And I really want you guys who are watching the video version to pay attention to this clip. Um, for those who are listening to the audible version, I will have this video posted on these Saying Cat Different Day podcast. I mean, Facebook page and TikTok. So here we go. Let's watch it again. So in that clip, like I said, Donald Trump looked like a fragile man. He had failed and they had to like help him back up and then move him off stage. But in that clip, did y'all notice? I didn't hear any gunfire in that clip. But if you guys didn't notice, if you guys noticed, they rescue JD Vance first before Donald Trump, and you can see them like pulling his chair back and grabbing him and rushing JD Vance off the stage. And then you see them go and take basically cover Donald Trump and then move him off the stage. And I'm like, okay, this was just kind of weird. And there were some people saying that there were people moving in action before the shooting even happened. Oh, hey, buddy, before the shooting even happened, that there was people.
What?
You get them bougie ass glasses from. I ain't seen those before. They'll get all extra bougie.
You in my business.
I don't remember those. I don't remember
my God.
But like I said, they rescued JD Vance first, and then they went after Donald Trump. So I have another clip of, but from a different angle of what happened in that at that dinner. So I want to play that clip. So it was the fact that whole gunshots was going off, and nobody on stage, reacted to these gunshots going off, which means it makes you wonder, like, was he really expecting for these gunshots to go off? He was like trying to play normal, like he didn't hear. Like, I don't know what was going on. Then it's like I said, it's the fact that he had failed too. That when it was rescuing him, when it was rescuing Donald Trump, and then like I said, you see all the security people who they rushed over to JD Vance, rescue him first, and then they finally let then Donald Trump just left on the open. So now these gunshots that went off. The only person they managed to save was JD Vance. So mind you, Melania and Trump just sitting out there in the open until they finally surround them and then move them off the stage. That is the worst security team I've seen in my life.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they should have had security at both entrances to the stage, right? So one team go after the vice president, the other team goes after the president. Makes sense, right? And then it was the White House dinner, so it's kind of it. It doesn't make sense. Like, how did that even happen? Like, they're It's the White House dinner. You know what I'm saying? What was the security doing?
I am having some serious internet issues on my end.
I'm
Um,
like, what is he looking at?
yeah, so like she said,
Okay, so he looked like he's frozen.
I'm trying to find my internet signal. Give me a second, y'all. Hold on. Wait, hold.
So
Oh, there we go. Okay. I had to move it. Hopefully, it picks up better signal. I should be in a market for a new desktop. That's next to my list since according to Windows, it's too old to update to Windows 11. So I had to get a whole new desktop. Great. Um yeah, so right before I went on the air, there was breaking news from Aaron Parnas that um yes, I'm up at this ungodly hour. Actually, I'll be honest, I almost did miss the show. I'm not gonna lie, almost, because I literally had woke up at like 7:22, like when I
and
called you,
had the
like, oh, we
nerve
gotta
to
hurry
jump on live without me. I was in my kitchen trying to finish dinner.
I was trying to stick to the schedule in case it'd be some people waiting in the queue on YouTube. So I'm
Fish.
trying to stick to the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like I said, we that oh but yeah, right. Breaking news. Aaron Partner said right before I was when he was going on the air that there was no like high security like put in place for that type of situation when it happened. So it was almost like, yeah, this was definitely planned. So the White House did not impose the highest security level for then Trump lashes out at press and Democrats about this whole situation. And then I do have a 51-second clip of the announcement that he did after. Sometimes you right, sometimes. Uh, I got like a 51 second of the press conference he did after the whole situation happened, and then we do have a true social tweet that or I don't know what they call it, post that Trump put out. So let's watch the clip first.
And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, it's not a particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before.
Such a sales pitch.
I know,
It's
right?
just
And
a
it was so
sales
many things
pitch.
wrong. And then I'm like, isn't the White House like the most secure place in America? What do you mean that it wasn't secure enough? And then the thing about it is, so this dinner took place at the White House. How did somebody get into the lobby of the White House with a gun? Like you have to go through so many security measures to get into the White House, even just as a regular visit, like people who do tours of the White House. Like, come on, like, ain't no way that somebody got past all that security with a gun. And the crazy part about it is, like, people who work at the White House, they have to go through metal detectors, and if they got weapons and stuff on them, they have to show that they got, all kind of stuff. It's all kind of security measures. And you afraid to tell me that this one person who was a school teacher got past all that security and got into the White House. By the way, the man they said was 31. It was a 31-year-old California teacher named Cole Thomas Allen that supposedly got past what did they call Secret Service security, and almost got into the room and shot Donald Trump. If this ain't staged, I don't know what it is. I wasn't seeing it
I'm
at first, but
curious to
yeah.
see. I'm curious to hear what the motive is for him to even do something.
Mhm.
For him to even do something like that,
They better call Doge to do some investigating. So,
Yeah.
with all that going on, though, there was one funny thing that happened after the shooting that somebody else had pointed out, and I got a clip of him pointing out, and I found it freaking hilarious. So,
In the midst of the chaos at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, there was one man who didn't move. He didn't get out of his seat, and he is now the face of Nothing Ever Happens. He also, in the midst of all of it, made sure to enjoy some of his mashed potatoes. I love this. I need to know who he is. I need to know more about him. This man may have known the script before all of us. I can't. The best is when he didn't even lean in and eat that food. He said that I'm not concerned at all. I'm not stressed. We can learn a lot from this guy, man.
That man said he had 2 hip replacements. He not getting down on nobody for.
he knew it was staged. Like, man, I ain't finna go through all this acting for y'all. They can't see me on this camera the whole time, CNN on call, on camera, not playing along.
Then somebody
Oh,
else is just casually walking past him.
like, what is we doing here? And
Mm-hmm.
uh, by the way, this is the statement that he put on True Social that basically
Do
summed up.
you have a True Social account? Because I don't.
I don't. I'm not going to. It seems like True Social is just gonna be a bunch of Republicans on there, and I refuse to be on there with all the Republicans.
So I'm assuming it's something like Twitter, right? X,
Mm-hmm.
Threads, whatever.
Blue
Okay.
Sky.
So I was reading through this, and by the time I got to the end, of course, I had to rethink life and the purpose of life, because when this man writes something, ooh, baby, it does a number on you. So the fact that it says that, every president for the last 150 years has been waiting on a ballroom to be built, it's crazy. Like that don't even make sense.
But when
Like
they had just had it built, then if they wanted it
it's
to, like,
exactly
how many additions of the White
exactly
House has been added on in the last
correct
150 years?
correct. So yeah, so there's that. And the fact that he said the fact that he's saying that this is a good reason why this ballroom should be built. Like, it's just giving staged on so many levels. Like, it don't even make sense. Like, I
This
had
will
to
really,
ask, like, did anybody get hurt? Because I'm
this will
like,
really
it was
sell
a
the
shooting. Did somebody get shot or no?
right. Like, this will really sell the American people in a ballroom. Like, it needs to be a shooting. And if we was in a secure ballroom in the White House, this wouldn't have happened. But the thing is, though, the man who did the shooting is still alive. How do you go in the White House and bust caps and you still breathing to tell your
That's what
story?
I'm saying. Like, what is up with security once again? Why did he get so close? Like, what is
Right.
happening? What is
And it's the
happening?
fact that it says President Donald J. Trump in all capital letters, and then he said on it says ballroom be built on like ballroom the insecure ballroom be built on. And then he got on the grounds of the White House in all capital letters. I guess that was him raising his voice, making it like a bold statement right there in that part. So, and then he got demanding too, demanding that a large and secure ballroom be built. He got demanding in all capital.
Like, is the rest of the White House secure? No, because what are we talking about?
So
Just the ballroom?
this brings me back to the conclusion where Tina was saying that Yeah, somebody's definitely just writing what he's ranting about and posting it online for him because ain't no way that this man typed all this out on his own.
He got to have some type of scribe or something. Like somebody got to be walking around with him, like, yes, post this right now. And I want you to post it with no punctuations, one big run on sentence, capital letters when I tell you to caps them.
Oh, and they think stuff like this.
Oh, yeah. We can't ever forget him.
So if this was, I feel like if that was a black man, they had pretend to try to pew pew at Donald Trump. It would have been a totally different story. But if somebody like this walk in there, he can get that close to the president in the White House and bust some caps. It's staged. He ought to be ashamed of himself. And then
All
while
of
all
them.
yes, and then while all this is going on, while he said he's trying to get this ballroom, we have this going on.
We have very serious news right now. The food situation, the rationing situation for U.S. service members on the U.S. Abraham Lincoln is going from bad to worse. This morning, new images released by Newsweek. This is what service members are eating right now. This is one tray, literally one skewer and some rice. Another tray, which looks like some kind of oatmeal slop and 2 eggs. That's all they're getting. A family member told Newsweek it is so bad that a service member has literally lost 17 pounds since the deployment. American military service members are actively rationing food right now aboard aircraft carriers in the Middle East. It's happening on the Tripoli. It's happening now on the Abraham Lincoln. I mean, this is pretty serious stuff. And the issue is because of the war, you can't actually send any packages to the area as well. So they can't get care packages. They're running low on supplies and not enough people are talking about it. So spread the word. Follow along to stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. More to come very soon.
So before I comment, Aaron, thank you for bringing all the news that you still bring us while having a newborn baby. Congratulations on a newborn baby, by the way. So I
Yay.
think congratulations on that. But and then the way how you able to keep up news and deal with the newborn baby, like congrats to you on that, man. But back to this story. You want me to put my life on the line and you can't even feed me? Like y'all
I
have
was
no
about to say,
way.
y'all sent them people over there and can't even feed them. Like, what's happening?
Like, and I hope that's just not the only meal they getting in one day, because that if they only getting that one meal and like that one little drop of food, like how do y'all expect them to go fight in a war or dodge bombs and all these other kind of things, and they don't have any food in their system?
Well, I mean, now we see that they treat all the children of America terribly when it comes to feeding them.
And right, and yet we think, and yet there are people, Donald Trump supporters, who think this war is still a good thing. No way, no way, shape, or form
Mm.
is this a good thing. This should not be something that is going on.
I
And
see why they trying to force a draft, because word of mouth, people going to be talking about the conditions, and ain't nobody. Well, people already don't really want to go into the military like it was back in the day, because it's not the only option anymore. So I can really see decreased enlistment numbers just based off of stuff like
so
that.
only people I see willingly going into the military now, if is they turn 18 and their parents just like completely cut them off, and they just have no other option, or they was raised in a bad situation, they trying to get out of that bad situation, like they was raised in the worst of the worst part of the city, and like I need to get out of here, and their only option was the military. Like all those are the only people I see willingly going to the military, besides people who just come from military families. Like I just don't see it no other way. And then to keep the show moving, Aaron had mentioned something that has not been uh, in the news or anything like that. And some of these forms of what he talked about, I didn't know existed for people that were on death row. So I'm going to play this clip and let's discuss it.
We have some big news right now. The Department of Justice is bringing back the firing squad, electrocution, and gas asphyxiation as methods of the death penalty for the federal system. Now, the headlines are all they're bringing back the firing squad, and that's what people are talking about. But as someone who's studied the death penalty for more than 10 years now, the real sinister issue here is the gas asphyxiation part, and let me explain. So on background today, Todd Blanche, the Attorney General, announced that they'd be bringing out these former archaic forms of the death penalty. Why? Because lethal injection is not only expensive for the government, but it's also very hard to find the drugs used in a lethal injection death procedure. So now they're going to bring back the firing squad. They're going to bring back electrocution. But something that not many people are talking about is them using gas asphyxiation. It's essentially a modern day gas chamber. It was first used in Alabama in 2024. And what happens when you are executed through this process of gas asphyxiation, you are strapped onto a table, you are strapped into a mask, and you are deprived of oxygen until you die. Nitrogen oxide is pumped into your nose, and you are breathing it in until you no longer have any oxygen. Well, the first execution that occurred using this, the inmate had convulsions, was literally tortured on the table. That should terrify a lot of folks. And as someone, like I said, who studied the death penalty, that is the modern day gas chamber. You're not in an actual gas chamber, but you are strapped onto a table being deprived of oxygen through a gas mask. And that's what the federal government is looking to do. Spread the word, follow for more.
So, go ahead.
So I don't agree with that. Firing squads, the gas chamber, like I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I feel like, they're saying that the drugs that they use for a lethal injection are hard to find, and to me, it's a lot of medications out there. So I don't believe that. Like it has to be some
Mm-hmm.
type of fail safe that if you cannot acquire this drug, use this drug cascade instead. Like it gotta be. So I don't go for that. And I mean, the chamber to me is like it's inhumane, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Would I
Mm-hmm.
ever go watch somebody get a lethal injection? Nah, I wouldn't do it. But I get it. You know, and just bringing back these antiquated methods to me just seems just ruthless and inhumane.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of putting people to death. I get that they committed a murder and then that they end up on death row and all these kind of things. I'm not a fan of that. My personal opinion is if they did murder somebody, almost let them spend the rest of their life thinking about what they did. And and almost like y'all could put them on death row or whatever. But I feel like it'll torment them more not knowing when it's going to happen than just like, yeah, we're just going to put you to death on this day. Like, no, don't tell them. Like it should just let it ride for like 20 years before and then I mean that's just my personal opinion. Like I feel like they'd be worried more about when their day is coming because they know they got a scheduled date, but they don't know their scheduled date. And that torture has some people probably even die before then. And then on top of that, this whole the gas chamber and the what was the other one? The gas chamber and the firing squad thing. No, no, even electrocution. No, like if anything, just get him a high dose of propofol. There you go. Problem solved.
That's why
You
I'm
ain't
like,
gotta.
there's so many other types of medication. I guess I just don't
Yeah,
understand what they talking about when it's a shortage.
like
It's
literally, all you
crazy.
gotta do is just make the overdose on the drug. Hell, give them fentanyl. Boom, there you go. They would die very high and happy, but still. Oh, that was so cruel. What? Oh my goodness. Pretend y'all didn't hear that. Yeah. Yeah, let me just go ahead and change this topic before yeah, I say some stuff that should be said. So let's go into this next clip. Wait, is this okay? Yeah, it's two. I got four more clips, and then we're gonna get into Megan Thee Stallion.
Hmm.
Here we go.
You do realize that they give money to illegal immigrants to buy houses?
I don't think you know how any of this works because I think you were probably born a rich kid and you never bought a house on an FHA loan before. So I had a tax credit when I bought a house. The way that these work is you apply for these refundable tax credits when you get them at the end of the year when you've qualified for them. An illegal immigrant definitionally doesn't file taxes because they don't have social security numbers. They don't get money back from the government. So how would an illegal immigrant qualify for a tax credit? Again, this doesn't make any sense. It's like the hurricane
I agree.
machines.
It doesn't make any sense. This is the Democrat policy. I completely agree. It doesn't make any sense at all. So
Where are
thank
these
you.
lazy people that are coming over and not working and not getting jobs, getting the money for homes?
The U.S. government.
They pay them for the homes too? Then why even give them the tax credit? Why not just give them the homes outright?
Good question. It's like nobody has common sense anymore. Like, do you understand what is happening? You know how it's like they don't know how these systems work.
Right, they always say like, oh, they gave all these tax credits. They're giving all these tax credits to illegal immigrants and all these other kind of things. Like he said, you can't file taxes if you don't have a social security number. And surprisingly, even though they don't have a social security number, they're probably paying tax more than most of us Americans are. Like a lot of our tax revenue that he got rid of was from undocumented immigrants working and living in America, paying taxes, paying for your food stamps and your health care and all these other kind of things, and y'all want to get rid of them. Like, come on, y'all, put y'all common sense together. Like you said, like he said, it doesn't make sense. Like you made a point about something, and then he was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You know who said it? Like, what do you mean?
And before somebody say again, how are they paying taxes if they're illegal and they're getting paid under the table? Anytime you buy any consumer goods, you're taxed.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about going to get gas to put in your car has a tax on it. You know what I'm saying? Food have taxes on it, and everything, hairbrushes have taxes on it. You know, like what are we talking about? Toll roads, like everything. So
And they paying for healthcare out of pocket.
Correct.
They don't get free healthcare. They don't have no type of security when it comes to healthcare. So
Nope,
yeah,
they
for
don't.
people to say that, like, they have it way worse than we do, and at first I never understood. Oh, this is gonna sound. I really gotta do better at phrasing.
Don't do it.
But it's like you gotta make the point because people always ask like, why is there so many of them in one house? Like, this is why there's so many of them in one house, because they're getting paid under the table, and more likely if they get paid under the table, they're not making minimum wage. They're probably getting less than $7 an hour, depending on where they're working at. Because most of the time they're working in places where, sketchy. So it's like they gotta get paid. They're not getting paid much money. Like some of these people, like they out there and was in Florida and in California and Wyoming and all these places working on farms, making $4 or $5 an hour. In this economy, in a U.S. economy, $4 or $5 an hour, and you wonder why it's 15 of them in one house. That's why they doing it to survive. Good gracious.
That's true, but it's Americans that got that many people in their homes too.
That too, because some of y'all can't stop popping out them damn kids.
Lord have mercy. I told you not to do it.
Oh, stuff. See? I told you
not to do it.
I know. You did. You totally did. But sometimes you just be wondering, like, how many of y'all really stand in this house? It's like, no, I'm not even gonna do it because it's a certain group of family that used to stay across the street. You know what? I'm not even gonna. Let's go to the next clip before I do.
I don't want to live in a country where people are just dying because they can't afford healthcare or food.
Well, we have enough because they didn't work hard enough for it.
What do you mean by work hard enough?
They didn't work. I mean, it's quite simple.
There are all sorts of people. Listen, society today values like the hyper autistic, like 140 IQ
like
person.
You and me and stuff, yeah.
Yes, that can sit inside of a fucking room all day on a computer, right? This is the case, but like those jobs don't exist without people that are willing to be janitors, or people that are willing to work in construction, or people that are willing to be cooks, and or to do all these other jobs in society. Like you can't
They can just work more hours if they get paid less.
Not everybody
rate.
can just work,
People should just work more hours.
Or if you're one of the people whose job is enabled by the existence of all of these other people, you could just pay a little bit more in taxes, and they could actually have like a retirement and have like a happy time that they can spend with their family.
I mean, if people didn't have to pay taxes, people would be able to spend a lot more money on services, which would increase
We
jobs.
also wouldn't have roads, bridges, police, the firefighters, hospitals, the social safety nets that are all funded by those taxes. You know that, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want those social safety nets. I do want the
You
roads.
don't want roads. Yeah,
I mean, like,
I
what
do
do you
pay
want? I
for
mean,
the
just
job.
like
I
you
never
don't want to
mentioned
live.
Pay the government.
Why would you want to live in a country that just like subjects people to death if they didn't work hard enough?
Well, it doesn't subject them to death. I'm not for killing people, but if
I didn't
somebody's
say
going
you're
to
for
die,
killing. Yeah,
look,
I'm
look,
saying.
here's the thing. Your friend over here. What? You're Jewish or something? I don't know. What's your name? I don't know. You look Jewish. Did you have
The
curly
Jewish
hair?
guy, I'm 4% Jewish, bro. Lock
Okay,
in,
okay.
bro.
See, I was somewhat right. I was 4% correct, 96% wrong.
What does a Jewish
Okay.
person look like?
I don't know. Curly hair and stuff.
Curly
Dark
hair.
usually.
He referred to
Bro, I don't
himself as
know.
140 IQ, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
you-
I don't know, bro. I don't
You
play
look like
ethno
somebody
guess.
who rode
Bro, I
the
don't play
short bus to
ethno
high
guesser
school.
all day, okay? So basically what I'm going back to though is you said, oh, I thought you were pro-life, trying to essentially say I'm a
that'd be the
hypocrite.
assumption. You think
I
that
am
human
against,
dignity is intrinsic, so
Dude,
I'd assume
no,
that you'd like pass
bro,
that on, that same
let
value
me
to
finish
old
it.
people.
You're trying to call me hypocritical
Yes.
because, like, obviously I'm pro-life. You know me, probably. I don't know who you are, but you know who I am. So that kind of says a lot, right? But basically what I'm trying to get at is that I'm pro-life,
You're such
which
a big
means
deal. You showed up to this event.
I'm
where anybody can show
I'm
up to.
against the unjustified killing of all humans, even on the unborn ones.
Unless
but when it
they're
comes to
immigrants,
people,
unless it's Alex Preddy or Renee Good.
no,
Unless,
if somebody's going to die, if an illegal immigrant is going to die of cancer or something, or an old poor person, they're going to die from their own natural causes. I'm not the one going out to kill them. So
But
you can't
there's
say I'm
a,
hypocritical.
It's a lot to unpack from that video. It was a lot going on. They was throwing shots at each other, racist comments, just a lot of just ego, audacity. I don't even know what the point of the conversation was because they were bouncing all over. But what I did notice was just how conversation shows people's true intentions, behaviors, thoughts, processes, etc., right? So, I mean, I agree with them. Like, if you didn't know who we were, why did you show up to this event? And you're actively having a conversation with us.
And the guy was like, people are struggling because they're not working enough hours. So he was basically saying that if you want to have a better life, you should work more hours. So, like, if there are people who are working 60, 70 hours a week and still don't have enough to live off of. Now, the average work week is supposed to be 40 hours. Anything past 40 hours, they get overtime. So these people working 60 to 70 hours in 1 week and still don't have enough to live off of. What more do you want them to do? Like they have kids. So then then people say, oh, they need to work more, but then they got kids at home, so they're always working. And then their kids are being unattended to. Then you got these kids that's out on the street doing bad things, and people are like, "Well, where are the parents?" Working. It's like, what do you want people to do? And then on top of that, he was like, "Oh, well, if it's an illegal immigrant or whatever, and they're at old age, they've died of natural causes, or poor people anyways, they're gonna die of natural causes anyway. Like, no matter what age you are, you should have the right to health care, no matter how old you are." Like, how you have the audacity to say something like that? And whoever that parents is should be ashamed of themselves. They need to go disappear. Just saying. Okay. So let's get into some more stupidness.
Some foolishness.
Yeah, foolishness. Let's get into some more foolishness because I saw this clip right here and I said, this just proves how stupid MAGA is. So here we go.
You think Kamala Harris should go to prison? Yeah! We're living in the dumbest timeline right now.
People, they're coming here and they're taking all of our jobs.
Well, and they don't want to work. A lot of them don't want to work.
They're taking our jobs and they don't want to work.
Exactly.
Everything. We need Donald Trump. He probably is the only thing that's going to stop us from World War III. You know, I mean, he won the last election. He got cheated. We all got cheated. You know, not only is he for America, but he can save the world, not just America.
How would you rate the job Donald Trump has done thus far in his second term?
Outstanding. It's interesting with Donald Trump because you sit there, and this has been true throughout,
even in his first term. You question what he's doing, but in the end you go, geez, that made perfect sense.
If you could tell President Biden one thing, if he were standing here and he said, sir, you got one question, what would you ask him?
I'd ask him, where is he right now? Because I don't think the guy even knows where he's at.
That man really said they're taking all our jobs and they don't want to work. Which one is it? Is they taking
but they can't do both. And then the woman's gonna say he's gonna stop World War III. Like he's starting World War III right now. Like what
talking about? Why she got them tattoos on her knuckles like Donald Trump was showing that one picture with them fake tattoos on them hands, remember? Yes. She walking around with tattoos like that on her hands. So what's happening?
I can't with these people. So y'all, it gets worse after that. So watch this, y'all. It gets worse after this. After that.
Recently, I had my passport. I had to get it renewed. I sent it back. Comes back gender marker M. Screws everything up. So there's a form in there. If they made a mistake, you can correct it. So I fill out all the proper forms. I'm not calling anybody. I'm not calling the president. You know, I got his personal cell number. I'm not calling anybody. I'm going to see if I can fix this myself. I did everything. And they sent it back M. They didn't change it at all. I don't blame President Trump. I love him. But for a lot of people, this is a huge issue. I was in Mar-a-Lago 2 months ago, wrote a letter explaining all of this to him, how it's affecting me and a lot of other people. And unfortunately, he wasn't there that weekend. Actually, the Secret Service guy said he could get it to him, put it on his desk and stuff. I haven't heard from him. He's kind of busy right now.
That is the dumbest shit I have heard in my life. Do you regret your vote now? It's all I have to say. Like, you supported this man. You have his personal phone number, and yet he's making all these policies that affect people like you. So even though you went and had the surgery to look like a woman, to become a woman, you did all this stuff to become a woman. So you consider yourself a woman. So now they told them like, oh, you have to go to the bathroom that you were given at your assigned sex at birth. And there was this one trans guy who was on he was on TikTok. He did a video on TikTok. Now I would have known that this was a female to male at all. Like he looks like a straight up male. And so this man who looks like a straight up man but born female is now told he has to go into the women's bathroom if he's out in public. So like, wouldn't that be creepy to other women where it looking like because this man looked like at least 250 pounds, muscle built, over 6 foot tall.
But how did they know that he was born a female?
The guy?
Question.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like, who you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't really tell that he was born female at birth. But he's like, if I was to follow the law, I'm supposed to go into the female bathroom to use the bathroom. Like, I need a drink.
None of this like matters. You know what I'm saying to me? Like, none of this matters. Like, not in that sense. Like, it matters, but I don't understand why people make a really, really big deal about it. Like, I can understand that there are going to be some extreme cases of whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like each case should be handled accordingly. Like, you know, can't have somebody that might, you know, I don't know. It's just weird things everywhere. So it's just like, you know, you don't want somebody that identifies as a different sex than their birth sex in a bathroom, whatever. But then I think about stuff like this, right? it be pedophiles in the same bathroom as your children because they are the same gender as your child.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And
I
y'all
think
don't care
about
about
stuff
that.
like that. That's
They
what
don't care about
bothers
it.
me.
Yeah, they keep and they like to talk about pedophiles a lot, and like, but you guys allow your kids around them all the time, Catholics.
All
You
the
allow your
time.
kids around them all the time, Catholics. So it's like, what's the big deal? I like, come on, and it's like, to me, like they always make it seem like gay men is always going after little kids. I just want to rewind it back. Wasn't Aretha Franklin first baby born when she was like not even a teenager yet? Wasn't she raped by her stepfather or father? During the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, there was a lot of fathers having sex with their own children, having babies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
But yet, you guys, ignore that and it's swept under the rug and it's not talked about. But
Mm-hmm.
yet, we're going to talk about gay people being pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense. Because you can't.
Don't.
It don't make sense.
It don't.
And like I said, y'all, as it gets to a certain point where, sometimes I feel like, yeah, stuff is going a little, some things are going a little bit too far and we need to rein it in. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in this world that needs to be reined in. I get it. Like this one guy tried to say, I was on X, and this guy tried to say that in the Netherlands you can abort a child up to I believe 8 or 9 months of pregnancy. I don't know how that's possible. This is some stuff that I'm definitely going to look into and talk and get it back to you guys on next episode. He also claimed that if you have the right to get rid of your child, not due to adoption or just giving up your rights to your child, you can have them, unalive up to the age of 1 year old in the Netherlands. Also,
What they got going on over there?
I don't know. That's why I got to do my research to make sure that this stuff is real. And then he also will say that there are guys in the Netherlands who are taking tissue from their buttholes to make vaginas. I was like, I don't think this man. I've watched a gender reassignment surgery, like from beginning to end for both male and female, and not one part of that surgery where I saw any tissue being taken from the male's anus to create a vagina.
Because it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. And then his man is also upset because the parliament or their prime minister, I don't know what they call their president or their prime minister or whatever, was elected, and it's a gay man. So he was like, Donald Trump and Russia, and it was like another country, they need to nuke the Netherlands. They need to nuke it and start it all over from the beginning because it's just too much homosexual. Basically, he said it's too gay over there, basically. And he doesn't like it, and he hates the country. Leave. Like, just leave. And then it was like, well, then this one black guy who's a Christian was agreeing with this man, was like, yeah, they're destroying Christian values and all this, and the Christians, they need to stop using scriptures and start swinging their swords. I'm not saying just cut people's head off, but they need to start swinging their swords. I'm like, what?
Sword, sir?
That's what I feel like, what?
That antiquated thinking mindset.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? So yeah, like I said, I feel like there's some stuff that needs to be reined in, but like, good God, if it don't affect your life personally, don't let it bother you. Just live your life. Stop, especially you damn Bible thumpers. Just stop it. Well, let's talk about because I got a few more clips to get to, but I want to get into the Megan and Klay Thompson story. I couldn't think of his name.
Oh, my poor Megan Thee Stallion and her love life, man. It's crazy. And I know we were talking about this earlier today, but so Megan posted in her stories on Instagram, confirming that her and Clay have broken up. Here it says, cheating had me around your whole family playing house, got cold feet, hold you down through all your horrible, in all caps, mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous in quotation marks. B word, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. So my heart goes out to her. I know we all know that she's had some
especially that one that shot her in the toe. She got a bad taste in men.
Well, you know, that we had that discussion earlier, right? I really don't understand like what is like the dating pool. It don't even matter what tax bracket you in. Like for Black women in particular, it's like really tough out here, you know. So we were all rooting for Megan and Clay, and I mean, yeah, she courtside with his mama and make Thanksgiving dinner for them, and you know, got them all up on her Instagram and stuff like that. It just seemed like okay, you know, seemed like he was more of a little, I don't want to say a softer man, but more of a gentle man, I should say, you know.
It makes me wonder if the car that he bought her was a I'm sorry gift. Like I cheated on you and I'm sorry. Here's a Rolls Royce or whatever it was that he had bought for her back was last year sometime.
Yeah, and it could have been, you know, a makeup gift or whatever, but it sounded like it's just been going, you know. I would hate to know that somebody on his coaching team or something like that told him to dump her.
Right, probably.
It's the end of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Like she hurt your career and image. It might be somebody in his ear like she's not good for your image, and you know, ooh, am I? Okay.
Yeah, no. And they could have been like you need to be seen with this girl instead. You know, people it's industry like, can be like that.
Taylor Swift and Kelsey Travis.
Kelsey.
Oh yeah, I feel like that relationship is all just a publicity stunt because, like I said, this is the closest that she got to get married. Apparently, she's supposed to be getting married this year. Because I'm like, he went from being a fine white chocolate man to this lumberjack, whatever he is now. Like he looks terrible now. He looks older. He looked like he's aging terribly. It just the black girl magic is gone that was on him. He is not attractive to Black women no more. The attraction is gone. And like I
the
said,
black wife effect is what we call it.
Yeah. And like I said, I said, and if they do end up getting married, they're gonna stay married for a few months, maybe a year or so. And then next thing you know, they're gonna break up. Taylor Swift gonna come out with a whole breakup album, and then she'll go on the tour for 2 years off that one album. She playing this whole thing out down to the last
I'm just saying. Not the 2 year, not the 2 year tour, breakup tour.
I mean, that's her last tour. It was like 2 years she toured off that one album. I mean, look when she broke up with her previous boyfriends. It was like she was with them, she got together with them, she made a love album, she was happy, and then she went on tour. Then after she got off tour, they broke up sometime after the tour, and then she made a whole breakup album talking trash about the breakup and stuff and the man, and then she gonna tour for another 2 years off that album. It's a repeat cycle with her. It's just the first time where's marriage involved at this point.
I mean, she seemed like a nice girl, but like too nice of a girl. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the girl next door type of you fun to hang around, but like romantically, she might be boring. I don't know.
She was boring as hell, probably. Like her sex is probably so boring. I wonder, does she even have sex? To be honest, Because that might be the reason why her relationships ain't lasting. Like, you ain't putting nothing out, girl. Sometimes you got to put something out.
Wait. We supposed to be talking about Megan.
Oh, right. We was. I forgot. I went off.
That rabbit hole was deep. But yeah, so my prayers and well wishes going out to Megan. I would love to. I mean, obviously, she wants to be monogamous. She wants to settle down. You know, people paint this picture of her being ran through and all of this extra stuff. Like this, it looks like she looking for love, like the rest of us Black women out here that's successful. You know, and she made time in her very busy schedule to look for something like that. You know, so kudos to her. I hope she doesn't give up on love. Somebody that is willing to give her that love that she's looking for is going to be coming her way.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get into a few ha-has of the week. I don't know if these are a lot of ha-ha videos. Someone's like, aha. Someone's like, word? Really? Is really men out there like that? So yeah. So let's get into some of these videos. So here goes the first one.
Black slang is just white phrases, but in reverse. White folks, you got the wrong one. Black folks, you got the right one today.
Oh, you got the right one today.
White folks, don't you ever say that again. Black folks, say it again.
Yeah, facts.
White folks, shut up. Black folks, keep talking.
I get it. Keep talking, I'm gonna show you something.
White folks, that's hot. Black folks, that's cold. Yeah. White folks, let's roll. Black folks, let's bounce.
Yeah.
White folks, I hope he doesn't. Black folks, I wish he would.
Yeah, rags.
White people, I can't believe you did that. Black people, I know you didn't. White folks, don't do that. Black folks, do it again. White folks, he passed away, laid to rest. Black folks, he woke up dead, coming to the Lord. White folks, don't stop. Black folks, keep on.
Start something.
Black folks, slow down. Black folks, hold up.
Hold up, yeah.
All of those were valid.
They were. Oh, they were so valid. Oh. Okay. Let's get into this next one. Here we go.
Hey, look, listen to me and listen to me good. If you are a New York Knicks fan and you have ever used the phrase WWE is fake, I need you to understand that WWE is the reason that the New York Knicks are losing in the series to the Atlanta Hawks. WWE is the reason that the New York Knicks are down 2-1 right now. How, you might ask? Well, that's simple. There's a man in the WWE named Danhausen. He is very evil, but also very nice, and he has special powers that he uses to curse his enemies at will. He went on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith, had an interaction with him, and long story short, he asked Stephen A. Smith if he was a New York Knicks fan. Stephen A. Smith said yes, and Danhausen cursed Stephen A. Smith, thus by proxy also cursing the New York Knicks. This happened about a week and some change ago, and since then, the New York Knicks have not won a game against the Atlanta Hawks. They lost 2 straight. So Knicks fans, I need you to understand something. If y'all go on to lose the series, it's not because of Jalen Brunson, it's not because of Mike Brown, it's not because of Karl Anthony Towns, or whoever the fuck y'all can think of. It's because of Danhausen.
What you got over there in that bougie glass?
Cosmo.
He must have been drinking something. What you drinking? What? Because what?
Danhausen is real. Very nice, very evil. It's a real thing. Because so Danhausen appeared on First Take with ESPN. And, you know, he introduced himself. He said, hi, my name is Danhausen. Very nice, very evil. He said he's taking over ESPN housing and all these other kind of things. And he said, then Stephen A. had asked him, like, he said, no, Stephen A. was like, I heard about you. You're bad, what they call it? Bad juju or something like that. He was saying something about him. And then Danhausen was like, you know what, Stephen A., he hasn't been very nice to Danhausen since he's been on the show. He was like, then he asked him, well, he said, yeah, I'm a New York Knicks fan. He was like, well, normally I ask you if you want me to curse, your enemies and all this kind of stuff. But you Stephen A., you have not been nice to me. So you, Stephen A., you are cursed, Stephen A. And then he just disappeared off the set. It was like, where'd he go? Ever since then, the Knicks have not won a game. since that has happened. Danhausen powers are real.
Danhausen practices voodoo, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he's a vampire.
Mm.
Danhausen is a vampire who curses people.
Now I gotta go watch Vampire Diaries.
And the only way to get Danhausen to lift your curse is he want human monies. He will not human money. And it's so crazy. So after the Knicks lost like 2 games in a row, Danhausen tweeted a picture of himself asking Stephen A to apologize and say he would take some human monies and was holding human money in his hand to lift the curse. Oh, good times. But yeah, don't get on Danhausen's bad side, y'all. Y'all see his curses are real. So this next video, the people who are watching the audio version, you wouldn't understand. Listening to the audio version of the show, you wouldn't understand. But if you go back and watch the video version of the show, you'll be able to see this. So this is a video of when kids spend too much time around their grandparents and they pick up some of their grandparents' mannerisms and things that they do. So let's watch this clip.
What you doing today, girl?
Sometimes my business ain't your business.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, can you see?
Oh, Daddy got some money for you. Oh.
Friends, I have someone really special to introduce you to. His name is Steve.
Yeah, that money don't go in there.
Wrap that other piece of meat up in this bread away.
Mean business. Call the law offices of James Scott Farron on the hurt line.
Who knew what they were doing. Okay. The conclusion that I came to is that indeed this is a French violation.
Pocket. Here, put it in your pocket. Here. Okay, bye.
She is so serious, but look at what she's watching. I'm coming with you. Can you tell her grandma keep her all day? Victor Newman.
That is so sweet and wholesome. We was just talking about that today. My son walk around talking about some, my goodness. I'm like, whoo.
His grandmama. Oh my! It's the fact that the little boy got up out the shit like, oh damn.
And little girls putting their money in their purse. Put your money in your purse.
Sticking it in their bra. Like they had a lettuce putting the money in their bra. Like, oh, those kids spend too much time with their grandparents. Oh my god,
that is so cute.
Okay. So
that's gonna be your nephew. I can't wait.
He gonna be like, I'm probably gonna get my draw.
He already say, buddy. Hey, buddy. What you doing?
Right. Hey, buddy. Oh my god, he kills me with the what you do. Oh my god. The last time he was over here. What was we was watching WrestleMania. And I was like, oh, I gotta go pee. He was like, okay, go pee. Go pee. And then I go in the bathroom and I close the door. I swear, as soon as I whip my thing, I'll start peeing. What you doing, buddy? What I said, you know what I'm in here doing.
He like, hurry up.
He literally saw what he doing and came and knocked at the door to ask me what I was doing. Like, you know what I'm doing. You don't want to go pee. Like,
what you doing, buddy?
Lord. Okay. This next video, guys, men, please do not embarrass yourself like this man did in this video. So I'm gonna play this clip and we're gonna discuss this.
I'm riding with my girl in her car. We truly don't need these types in our ecosystem. Viewer discretion is advised.
and she gets like the flat tire warning, right? So she pulls over, we get out the car, we're looking at all the tires, and we see like one is flat as a bitch. She goes, oh, I have a spare in the back. Do you know how to change a tire? And I'm looking at her like, I am not Dominique Toretto, like call AAA like everybody else. So we're on the phone with AAA, and this dude in this fat ass lifted pickup truck, he pulls over, rolls down his windows, gonna ask us, hey, y'all need some help. I'm like, no, we're good. AAA's on the way. We got it. We're good. Thank you though. And my girl has the nerve to ask this man, well, actually, I do have a spare in the back. Do you know how to change a tire? He's like, oh yeah, I can do that easy. And he hops out his truck, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not finna let this shit happen. Like, you not finna do me like this in front of my girl, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and let you outman me in front of my girl. You feel me? That's humiliating. He's like, where's the spare? I'm like, AAA is literally 6 minutes away. Like, it's not even worth it. Like, they're gonna be here ASAP. He's like, okay, are you sure? I'm like, positive. Like, we're good. Thank you though. He gets back in his truck and drives off. We waited 45 minutes after that for AAA to show up. And I would do it again. And I would do it again.
Who raised you niggas? That is the question. Who raised you niggas? Because I'll be honest, I don't know a lot of things about cars, but I do know something. And if it's one of the things I know about cars is how to change a tire. With the right tools, we can have that done in 10 minutes, max. Now, what's crazy about this situation is you were more pressed or concerned about the man that was trying to help y'all instead of the fact of thinking to yourself, why don't I know how to change a tire at this point in my life? And yeah, AAA is a thing, but sometimes, just sometimes, you get put in a certain position on the road where either it's really difficult to say where you are, or AAA is going to take way too long to get to you. I just think there are certain things in life that as a man, you should know how to do, and changing a tire is one of them. Now, if that young lady's smart, she would no longer be your girlfriend. If she's smart, but then again, she did choose you to begin with. And I refuse to believe that this is the first time you've displayed this kind of behavior. So she probably knows exactly what she's signing up for. I'm not sure why she chose you. I'm pretty sure she has her reasons, but here we are. But when it's all said and done, the question still remains, who raised you niggas? And once we figure that out, we'll also find out who need their ass beat, because this is just, it's an abomination. You niggas should not be this way. But even with everything that I just said, I know you ain't gonna listen to shit that I'm saying, because I am just a normal guy that knows how to change a tire. Y'all keep the change.
Well, that's clearly going to be a lavender marriage.
Mm-hmm. So I said the same thing when he first started. I'm like, his girl, like, this is gay.
Girlfriend.
Like, I'm like, your girlfriend, like, your skin more flawless than mine. Like, what's going on?
What's happening here?
And the second, so I remember there was this one time, I had to be at least 19 at the time. Yeah, I had to be about 18, 19 at the time. And me and my mom was leaving to go on somewhere. This is when my grandfather was like, I can't drive no more. So she took over the car payments, and she got her, it was the 2004 Taurus that she got from my grandfather. He's like, I can't drive no more. I'm too old. I don't want to drive no more. So she got the car from him. But long story short, we were leaving to go somewhere, and one of the tires ended up on flat, and she was about to call somebody from help. And I was like, I've never changed a tire on that car, but I've seen it done, and I know how to do it still. So it was like, are you sure? You know, I know. I went and got that little black jack that you got to crank up, that little spirit jack that you got to crank. I loosened them lug nuts up, jacked that motherfucker up in the middle of the alley, got the lug nuts off, took the tire off, put the new one on, the spare tire on there, tighten them up, let the car back down, make sure that's real tight, and drove the hell off. 15 minutes tops. And you mean to tell me that there is grown men out here who don't know how to change a tire?
My daddy taught me how to change a tire. I mean, you can YouTube it if you don't know how. You can YouTube the exact make and model of the car, so that there's no
to be honest, until I explored in my my vehicle that I got now, I probably, if I would have got a spare, if I didn't go explore in my trunk and I got a flat, I wouldn't have been able to change the tire. So
why is that?
So in the vehicle that I have, where the spare tire is where it's supposed to be, but where the so know how like this tire is like screwed into the car or whatever, you got to loosen the thing to unscrew it. So and that's normally where the jack is sit at, where you unscrew it and get everything out. So in my vehicle, where it's screwed down, at the amp for my radio is right there. So until I did some exploring in my car, and I was just out there exploring one day, and it mind you, this is like a year and a half after owning this vehicle, by the way. So thank God I never got no flat where I needed to do that. Change the tire. But so I was just out there in my trunk one day. I'm like, it's a compartment right here off to the side. Like, what is this? I didn't know this was right here. I pull it open, like, oh, it's the jack for if I get a flat tire.
Like, there it is.
I never knew.
YouTube, the make and model of the car, if you're not sure. Yeah.
I had no idea, because I would have just lifted up the thing where the tires at, but thought the jack was right there where the spare tire was. I'm like, oh. And then, Shrek was making fun of me like, dude, you owned this car for how many years, and you just now figuring out that your jack is right there? Like, yeah.
Who was making fun of you?
Shrek. He was like, you owned this car for how many years, and you just now finding out that jack was right there? I'm like, shut up. That's just like I found a first aid kit like a year later. Also, they came with the car. I didn't know they came with the car. It's a first aid kit.
You got a first aid kit?
It came with it. Yes, it got band-aids and all kind of stuff in it. They came with the car. When I bought, I had no clue. Like the owner's manuals in my glove compartment never been open, still in the plastic. I ain't reading nothing. I just got in it and drove. Everything that I figured out on the car is just from me just trial and error while driving. Like, oh, what does this button do? Like, I didn't know how to set my cruise control for a long time. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I had no clue. Okay. All right. Let's get into this next video, and I want to see if I want to show this video. I want to see if Tina would apologize at the end of this video. So we're gonna watch the video and see if she apologized.
How long does it take him to realize that I'm sitting right in front of him? He does this every single time. Now he's calling me. He just keeps looking. Oh, it's calling. I'm not answering. You can see he's calling me. I'm just gonna hopefully this person will hit me. He's such a dummy. I mean, this is mothering teenagers. You don't even fucking look.
I owe this young man an apology. Now I have to rewatch the video so I can judge the right person. Let's all apologize to the other kid. We all thought it. Kid in brown is probably texting his mom that someone is recording. Someone tell the boy in brown we're sorry. You gave us drama, suspense with an unexpected ending. Sorry, your voice matched the other kid. Not our fault. She had her camera focus directly centered on the random kid. Her own kid probably inherited this focus skill from her. Everyone apologize to Gene Belcher. He's just sitting there minding his own business. Recording with the flash on too. He still didn't see. I was so pissed off because he looked at you twice, but it was the wrong kid. My bad, brown shirt. The other kid was like, M. Night Shyamalan wrote this ending. The other kid played the part too well, so I'm actually annoyed with him too. He was probably doing the same thing to his mom. They are all the same. All teenage boys are the same in regards to this. Haven't seen a twist like that since The Sixth Sense. No, because I'm 100% sure the other kid's mom is making the same video at the same time saying the same thing. I think you just picked up the wrong kid. He pays attention the same way you record. Also, he's just blocking the door, completely unaware of his surroundings. As a mom of 4 teenage boys, well, a couple adult ones, couple of teenage ones, this is my life in a nutshell.
I definitely do apologize. I definitely do apologize, but nah, that's how they be. I be like, dog, I'm right here. Or you can tell them that you're on. You can tell them, hey, I'm on my way. I'll be there in this many minutes. Even after they calling you and texting you, like, where you at? I'm on my way. I'll be there in 5 minutes. You pull up, it take them 20 minutes to come to the car. Like, what was you rushing me for? Like,
it's still got the nerves to call you when they get outside talking about where you at. Like, you don't know what kind of car I drive.
I need you to find me. Do I need to put out a peace flare? But M. Night Shyamalan definitely wrote and produced that.
That's what I said. That was a plot twist with unexpected. When I had got to the end, the other kid walked to the car. I said, "Oh, I am so sorry." She didn't even got to the part where the comments was yet.
I was like, "Ooh, I see why I need to apologize for. Okay, my bad."
The voice did not match what was going on.
Not at all.
Okay. Okay, so this next video is a little bit of a doozy. I got 2 more videos up, but this one I found very interesting, and I think Tina would have found this very interesting. So, this man went to the store and he made a meal with only spending $5, and the meal was able to feed a nice portion of food to 4 adults. So I'm gonna play this clip, and yeah, let's discuss it.
Feeding our family with just $5. Episode 5. Let's get into it. Beef stew for $2.95. We get a pound and 4 ounces. All right. A bag of shell pasta for 50 cents. We got this garlic and onion spiced tomato sauce, 75 cents. So we got a total of $4.20, and we saved 80 cents. We're back. Because we saved 80 cents, I stopped at the vegetable stand on the way home, and I got this onion for 41 cents, making the total $4.69. Let's cook. First thing I did was dice up 1/4 of the onion and slice 3/4 of the onion. Set it aside. I brought my water to a rolling boil. We're gonna assume that we have no seasonings. We have no oil, no salt, no pepper, no nothing. We're gonna cook the pasta al dente. In another pot, we're gonna add our diced onion, as well as a little bit of that pasta water. That's all starch. That's where all the flavor is. We'll mix that around and let those onions cook. The onions will cook and create its own moisture, as you can see. The moisture comes out of the onions, and we're going to be able to use that for flavor. We went ahead and strained the pasta, but we reserved all the pasta water, set it aside. We're going to put this seasoned tomato sauce with garlic and onions and herbs right into our beautiful looking onions that we're cooking up there. Throw the whole container in. We're gonna let those onions and tomato sauce simmer and emulsify it with a tablespoon of that pasta water. We let that come together for a minute or two. Now we're gonna add in our can of beef stew. Once we got that stew mixed in well with that sauce and those onions, we're gonna add another tablespoon of that pasta water. Now we're gonna drop the heat to low and get our pasta inside of our stew. Mix that well and let it cook on really, really low. In the very same pot we had our pasta in, we're gonna throw those sliced onions. Do not clean the pot, that's very important. Add those going for about 30 seconds to a minute. Usually we would add salt to start extracting fluid, but we don't have any. Remember, we're assuming no seasonings. Go ahead and add a tablespoon of the starched pasta water. The starch in the pasta water will cause osmosis just like salt. It'll make the onion start secreting its own fluids. See that brown shit at the bottom of the pot? That's all fond from the onions. We're gonna go ahead and deglaze that with pasta water. Throw the pasta water in and deglaze the bottom of the pan. That's all flavor. Now that we deglazed, we're gonna let all this liquid reduce out. So just let it simmer out. It's gonna be about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, do you see that gel-like, jammy, thick liquid we made from the onions? That's from all the starch. This is nothing but flavor. We're gonna add that to our stew, and it's gonna intensify the flavor immensely. I removed the onions. I'm taking that jammy deliciousness liquid, pouring it in my stew, giving that a mix. The stew is still on very low. Here's our stew we were able to make for $4.69. We were able to make 4 large adult-sized portions. We have carrots, we have beef, we have pasta, we have potatoes, we have, if you want to call it, caramelized onions. We have a lot of flavor here we just did with pasta water. If you have seasonings, add them. If you don't, you can create your own flavor. I really hope this can help somebody. Until next time.
Tina,
That's
thoughts?
dope. That's dope. I've been there before in my life, definitely. Yeah, you can definitely make some meals and feed. I mean, I've always said I'm very bougie with my eating, but it's been times where I had to feed my family like that. So big staples like potatoes, pastas, rice, things like that. They're very cheap for large amounts. So I always keep those in my house now.
Yeah, because when he started making them like this, don't look like it's gonna turn out good. But by the end, I'm like, that actually look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, when he picked up the beef stew with the noodles, I mean, I put noodles in my beef stew. I just make my beef stew from scratch. So
right,
I see what he was picking. I was picking up what he was putting down, and I love onions, and onions are cheap.
All right, I got one more clip for y'all before we go. It's a very short clip, and I just found it very hilarious. So here we go.
Why that truck look like I've been doing this shit for 80 years and I know that.
That did look like an elder truck.
With the elderly man walking from the side of the truck.
It did.
Oh my god. I was like, I didn't. His reaction is about the same as mine. Lord have mercy. Okay, let's head into the roads in Milwaukee is so small, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of everything being one lane. I'm just sick of it. Gas is too high. Everything is just too damn high right now. Bring our troops home and let's give them some proper meals. Y'all, I'm sweating so hard. It's like starting to build up there. Bring our troops home. Donald Trump, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for faking another shooting, because that last one, there was just supposed to be an assassination on your life. So you got shot in the ear and stuff. We know that was fake too. But yeah, bring our troops home, Donald Trump. And that's my final thought.
My final thought is basically what Martell said, minus the sweating. So definitely I got some more questions about this whole White House shooting. I'm happy to hear that nobody got harmed during that shooting. I wonder if somebody is going to continue to cover this story, or if it's just going to kind of disappear. How some things do, like we don't ever hear about it ever again type of thing, and that will be all red flags on many different levels, right? And this is absolutely not a reason to build whatever said ballroom he wants to add. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, for the ballroom to have that much security is crazy. The White House needs to just be secured, period, no matter what the side or what wing that you're in, right? And also, again, support out to Megan Thee Stallion as she tries to pivot during this part of her life. And again, ladies, don't give up on love. The right person is out there for you, or anybody and everybody. Don't give up on love. The right person is out there for you. Until then, stack your paper, honey. And that's my final thought.
Such a bougie response. Just bougie as hell. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Saycast Everyday Podcast. Next week, I'm going to make sure I got my damn fan in here. Like I said, I'm hotter than a jalapeno coochie right now. Anyway, we'll see y'all on the next episode of Saycast Everyday Podcast. Y'all have a good one. Okay, all right. I'm going to see y'all. All right. Okay, I'm going to see y'all.
Bye.